Hello, greetings and salutations, brothers and sisters of Speranza. This is your friendly raider, Big Wayne, with a random stream of consciousness, discussing the new trader, the nomadic envoy.
Are you there?
There he is, Ermal. Now, we don't know much about this guy. He's part of a mysterious tribe. He's turned up a couple of weeks ago, and he wants to trade. Nice to see, a bit of new content in the game. What's your thoughts on this guy? Last week, he had one item that I thought was really useful. It was very useful for me. It was the Serena Dorata boat. He needed two of them for the expedition, and he had three of them for trade, and I think they were 30,000 each. So I bought two, and I completed the expedition. So that was great. I did try to farm them, but I don't know. I don't know all the spots. I tried farming on Riventide's map, didn't find any. I've never done the beachcombing event, so maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I should have done the beachcombing event. So last week was good. That was the only thing I saw last week. Week two, well, honestly, that's a nice item to trade, but the asking price is too much. I don't know. I don't know what the actual proper price of that would be. What would be a reasonable price? It's got to be half that, right? 250k? That's a lot. $250,000 space dollars for the blueprint. Now, I'm not sure of the map condition. I think there's a map condition you can farm this. Is it electromagnetic storm? Or is it night raids? Or is it one of the other conditions? I don't know. But I generally have found the wolf pack every season myself. It's very useful at the end of the expedition when you need to do 100,000 damage to get your 5 points. I had a crap load of wolf packs stored up, went in, threw them all at the queen. I think I got 33,000 or something on my first game. So yeah, if you can load up on these and you don't get griefed on your way to the queen, these are handy to have. So yeah, nice item, but shame about the price. This and this, 12 expansion slots. So for those of us that have done all the expeditions, look, 316. I've got 316 slots. I haven't done any serious inventory management. I've got a fair bit of stuff here that doesn't need to be here, and I've got a lot of space. I think the more you play the game, the better you get at the inventory management. When I first started, I didn't know what was what. I didn't know what was important, what wasn't, so I ran out of space very quickly trying to hoard everything. But now I know, I need my springs, I need my wires, I need my mod components, for my guns, the gun parts, the various components to make your consumables and stuff like that. So the more you play the game, I would say the less important stash space becomes, or at least if you do the expeditions, because you get a bit more smarter with your inventory management, and the expedition gives you more inventory slots. So not sure who is loving this. Who is loving the 12 extra stash slots? Explain in the comments, please. Is it the duck man? Is it somebody that just wants to have more ducks than anybody? We've got such an interesting community. I only see this game through my own lens, so it's interesting to speak to everybody to get different feedback and opinion. The other thing, expedition vault. One expedition vault slot, 200 grand. I'm not sure, but I'm led to believe that was a lot more expensive last week, so the price has been cut maybe, but 200,000, oof, it's a lot. For those of you that don't know, the expedition is your character kind of goes off on a new journey, and your account gets wiped, and it's like a reset. So you start your level 1 character again, and you have nothing. So the expedition vault gives you slots where you can transfer cool items from your old raider to your new raider. Now, of course, a lot of people have mates online, so they circumnavigate this just by giving the items they want to keep to their friend, They go and do the expedition, come back, create the new character, meet up with their friend, boom, there you go. That's very easy. I don't know really if that's cheating or not. It's kind of not in the spirit of the game. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about it, but it's possible, and a lot of people do it. Some people might not have online friends. Some people might not trust people enough to do, to give them all their vital stuff. So it's kind of it's a cool thing to see it there. I don't know about the price myself, and the expeditions are way off, but he only sells one a week. So if you wanted all 5, that's, unless the price changes, that's going to cost you a cool million in art parts. A million isn't a lot in terms of currency, because those of you that remember the expedition, the first expedition, we needed to have 5 million in space dollars in value, and that was hard for some people. I managed to do it, and then on future expeditions that dropped down to, what was it, 3 million, and now it's been completely taken out. So at the moment there's no real use for the coins, apart from buying bandages and ammo and stuff like this. So after you get a couple of mil, or a few 100,000, you're cushy. So what's your thoughts? Where would you like to see the Raider going? Have the devs missed a trick? I kind of like to see it, the new content at least, and week 1 was good for me because I got my boat. Week 2, it's a bit meh. Glad to see the prices have come down, but there's nothing really that I'm gonna pay attention to. I've got my mushrooms for Scrappy. I haven't got this blueprint, but I don't know, if I just happen to find, I don't know how many matriarch cores or queen cores I would need, but if I just had a ton spare, I guess that's the point of this. It just keeps you engaged in the content, because before the trader turned up, after a few runs, there was no real reason to fight the matriarch or the queen. I did, just for fun. I'm a PvE player. I kind of enjoyed it, especially the matriarch, because sometimes it's just all hell's breaking loose, man. Like, I've been gunned down by the bastion. The bastion just appears behind me, so I really enjoy that. That's like one of the best encounters, really, for me. But yeah, there was no reason. Once you've got the legendary guns, say you've got 3 of each of the legendary guns, what's the point? So I like the thinking that it keeps us busy, but I don't know, the prices still seem a bit steep. I've watched a few videos and stuff, and apparently if you know what you're doing, you can farm something like 100,000 to maybe even 130,000 K in high-end art parts an hour. So if that's true, just take that as a ballpark. Let's just say 100,000. You can get 100,000 if you know where the high-end art are, you know how to, you know the events, etc. So that's maybe 4 or 5 hours of farming to get enough art parts to get the Wolfpack blueprint. Do you think if you just played the game for a few hours, you might find this? I don't know. I've always found it, and please let me know what the map condition is where this is likely to drop. The anvil splitter it's a nice item. I think it's a novelty item myself. I used it, I play with it sometimes, but it seems to do less damage if you're not perfect aim, because if any of the projectiles miss, you're doing less damage with the anvil than you would without the anvil splitter. If all 4 projectiles hit, then you're doing more damage, but you'd have to be really close. So anything mid-range or anything really long range, you're not hitting them for the same damage using that item. I tried using it against the fireballs, and without the anvil splitter you can one-shot a fireball. For some reason you can't with the anvil splitter. I don't know. Unless you're literally right in its face, but you know, from like 5-10 foot away, one of the pellets is missing. So yeah, if you love the anvil splitter, let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. I've got a couple. I wonder what the killer use of it is. Is it a PvP thing, or is it a PvE thing? I don't really know. I don't really use it in PvE. So that's it really. That's my thoughts. Let me know what your thoughts are. If there's anything here that's making you lick your lips, what you are wishing to see next week. That's all for the moment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you topside. GG.